Alright, good evening guys, what's up? Alright, so I just finished Stranglehold for the Xbox 360. And I don't have too much data on it actually. It's by a company I'm not familiar with, Tiger Hill Entertainment. Last time I played this game was probably like 4 or 5 years ago when the demo first came out. I mean, it's been in my list of games to get, so around Christmas time I actually picked it up. And I've been in an achievement craze lately, so I kind of just threw this in, get some easy achievements out of the way, and see what it was all about. See if it like kind of lived up to my expectations. Because when I played the demo, I thought it was really fun. But I don't know. I'm a whore for fucking slow-mo diving and shooting. So let's get it started. All right. So let's start with story as usual. Alright, so this is either a sequel or a prequel to the movie Hard Boiled. Not really sure. I haven't seen that movie and I haven't really done any reading on it yet. However, I am interested in checking it out now. But yeah, basically, essentially, you play Tequila. He's like this Chinese detective or something, and pretty much the game. I don't know. The first level is kind of weird because you start off and you have to go investigate one of your fellow police officers. Because I guess like a gang contacts you and says like send some police there to investigate, and then it's basically a setup. You figure this out, and then you find out that the people, the gangs that were there were actually being set up by this other gang, and then you end up finding out that the leader of this gang is actually the father of the girl that you love, which enters a flashback where 18 years ago you actually had a lover. Since her father was actually like the biggest crime lord in China or something though, or Hong Kong, he pretty much he kicked you in the nuts and basically hid her from you. Like he sent her to a different country. And at this point, basically the main character, which I still don't understand this, he spends 18 years, maybe not looking for her, maybe looking for her, but 18 years later, his daughter and his wife step back into the story. You find out that basically this other gang is actually trying to blackmail the father gang into taking over some part of Hong Kong, and it's a pretty basic gang story. There's a lot of negotiations and hostages and deals going down, and then deals that get taken off the table, and then guys are dying everywhere. It's nothing special, but it is pretty dark. Bunch of killing, bunch of sacrifice and betrayal. It's interesting stuff. I mean, it's nothing like that's gonna make you think about it or anything, but it was entertaining. Going over to gameplay. So yeah, this is a third-person shooter, and it is pretty much, if you've ever played Dead to Rights or Max Payne, it's around those lines. Basically, you get guns. You basically, with one tap of your left trigger, you can dive in any direction. What's really cool about this game though is you can actually slide over cover. So like let's say you're like running over like a picnic table. If you run into the table, your dude will actually jump onto the table and like slide his butt across it. And while you're sliding, if there's anybody within range of your screen, it slows down time and you can actually pick them off like that. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of things that you can interact with though, like whether it be sliding or riding. You can run upstairs, you can slide downstairs, you can get on the little food carts and roll around on that while shooting people. There's chandeliers you can hang from while shooting and jumping, and it's pretty fun stuff. There's a lot of variety in the level design. But yeah, there's a small little cover system, nothing major. It works. But yeah, aside from that, it's very basic shooter. I'll talk about a couple features that I thought stood out a little bit. Okay, so you have Tequila Time, which is your slow-mo mode. You basically have a little bar. As you do slow-mo stuff, it goes down. You can't really build it up, it just recharges over time, which honestly it takes like 10 seconds to recharge at most. It's pretty short charging, but it's a lot of fun. You also have these things called, I think, Tequila Bombs or something like that. Basically on your D-pad you have four specials mapped to it. You have a healing button, you have a accuracy button, which basically zooms in on the enemy, slows it down really hardcore, and then you can instant kill that guy just by shooting one bullet at him. You can pick wherever you want to shoot, like aim at his head, aim at his arm, aim at his nuts. You can aim it wherever. You have this move where you basically get infinite health, infinite ammo, and you just basically fully auto everything. So like, let's say if pistols, hold that trigger down, you got a fucking machine gun. And then the final ability was actually it's like a spin attack. You basically like do a 360 spin while shooting every enemy in the room. It's very, very cinematic and very cool looking, and it's actually very effective too, which is pretty nice. Alright, I've already mentioned diving and how there's sliding and riding on different things. Oh, another cool thing, this game actually has a lot of destructibility. I mean, like, everything is pretty much destructible environments. You could shoot a pillar, you shoot the pillar, most likely concrete or whatever the pillar's made of is going to start breaking. You can, you'll go to this area where it's like completely made out of wood. It's like built on the side of a mountain above an ocean. And most of this stuff is all destructible. Tables will blow up, chairs will blow up, everything will blow up pretty much. It's really cool. And you gotta think though, for when did this game come out? Like 2006, 2007 I think? Looking at the back of the box, and I do not see it. But yeah, this is pretty crazy stuff for when this game came out. I mean, everybody really thought that the big crazy destructible environments came out around the time Battlefield Bad Company. But I gotta say, this game did a really good job of that. Especially from a publisher, Midway. I mean, Midway doesn't really publish anything good, but geez, these guys know what they're doing. I think that's all I can say about gameplay. It's not too long of a game. It took me a little under 10 hours, I'd say. That was on the easiest difficulty, but I was going for some achievements along the way. Watching some TV while playing too, so yeah, I'd say you could probably beat it in shorter than what it took me, like maybe 6 hours. I'm going to approve of gameplay as I did with story. I mean, it feels good. There's nothing really negative with the gameplay or the story. As for sound, I gotta say the music, average. Voice acting is all Chinese, English, so it's kind of everybody's has an accent. Nothing bad, but it's nothing crazy good. So I will. I guess I'll approve of sound because I don't really hate anything about it. Just more typical generic soundtracks. And finally, I'll talk about my likes and dislikes, which I didn't really notice any likes, anything that stuck out to me. But I will say that there was a single dislike. This is more of a suggestion, really. Basically, the camera's kind of zoomed in a little bit too far. I'm just saying they should have zoomed it out just a little bit further. I think it would have made the game a lot better because you'd be able to see more enemies coming along you, and when you're kind of like running down what are they called, railings, it's a little hard to see where all the enemies are around you. So you kind of just gotta do like this sweeping thing, like just do like a 180, turn around, nobody's there, turn back around the other way, see if anybody's that way. It's a little annoying, but I think they could have fixed it if they zoomed out the camera a little bit. And finally, I guess we can. Oh, there's one thing I forgot to mention. There's actually multiplayer in this game, believe it or not. I have yet to play this. I probably will just because there are some achievements based around that. But I'm not expecting anything from the server capacity, like how many people are actually playing it. For all I know, I might have to boost some of these achievements. Not really sure yet, but let's get over to my overview now. Alright, so I picked this game up for about $5, I think, off GameStop's website. And for what it is, I definitely would recommend this game if you're into action games or shooters or anything like Dead to Rights or Max Payne. It's definitely worth a check out. Yeah, even if you rent it, it's still a worthy rent. I think it'd pick up though. It's pretty nice.